Please read this disclaimer carefully before proceeding further. Welcome traders to this week's analysis update on gold XAUUSD. My name is Vic. Thanks for joining me here. Gold had a little bit of breakout, which you were kind of expecting, and now it has done few things which are changing the conditions on it. So this update is going to be important. So before we jump into this structure here and I explain how I read this, let me show you what's happening on VATA Envisage. Now on VATA Envisage, we are getting this blue color here at the bottom, which tells us that the market is turning bullish on monthly time frame. We had this previous signal which was telling us that market was going to go up, but we ignored that signal initially because the color at the bottom was still red. Now the color is blue. This is blue, which means that market can come to this target or even beyond that. So this target is near about 1905 or around that area, because we are looking at monthly. So maybe this is not that accurate here showing on this chart, but this near about 1905 to 1910, near about that range, this is where it can go to. Now on the bearish side of things, if the market comes back down and breaks a 1680, then it will open this target of touching water curve and maybe this target as well, right? This one around 1550 or so. So this is the current scenario. The market is turning bullish on monthly time frame, so we are going to favor our long positions now. If I go to the weekly time frame, on weekly time frame you will notice that this is turned into bullish now. So that is again showing that gold is bullish. Let me zoom in a little bit and show you what is happening again. So here we have a bullish scenario. This water wave has turned bullish as well. This is also blue, which means that we should be favoring our long positions. One thing, however, is that this water curve is still red, which means that market could be heading towards the higher target. But until it actually changes the color to blue, I should still be looking for bearish movements once it has reached the higher time frame target. So suppose this target here, this target which is from higher time frame, monthly time frame, and this target. Once it has reached some of these targets, then I should be looking for bearish positions again. If that changes the color to blue, that means it will be completely bullish on all time frames. So on weekly time frame, this is bullish, but overall trend is still bearish. So I should be be careful with the positions on the bull side. Let's go to the daily time frame. Before that, let's put these targets in there. So this is 1938 and this is 1893. Okay, and if it starts to go really high up, then we have something like this, 1964, and then we have one around 2033 or something. Okay, so and obviously we also have 2000 level in the middle of it, which is a psychological number here. So the whole idea is that market is now slightly bullish, and that means that we should be looking for long positions. However, there are few conditions to that, and we will discuss that when we go to the charts. Okay, so let's go and look at daily time frame. On daily time frame, what has happened that this is bullish, this is also bullish. The market gave a very good signal here on the bull side. This was blue, right? And it reached the profit target here, right? This reached the profit target on I think Thursday or Friday, which was 1947. I was expecting it to go to 1950, near about there. It did not happen, but that does not mean that it cannot happen yet. It can still happen. The previous target here was also hit, which was 1934 or so. So this target was also hit. Okay, so this one is also hit. So all of these targets have been hit. Now, let me just quickly clean this up so that I do not leave them there. Okay. Now, what is happening here is, let's go to the charts actually, because I will be able to explain better there. Now, what's happening here is that we have a W pattern here, which completed here. Now, we have a bigger W pattern which is forming like this, and it can take the price to 1910, or if it breaks through this, then it will go to the even higher targets. Okay, so this is where the market could be heading into. And to complete this bigger W pattern, it obviously needs to start forming a low time frame structure. So something like here, it started to create a W pattern here, and it was supposed to go to 1950 and then fall back down, but it actually reached 1947 and started to come back down, and it came back down into the previous FCP zone, previous support zone as well, like, you want to, if you want to call that. Now it is showing me rejection from there. Okay, it is not fully confirmed and it can still fall down, but if we see a good confirmation to the upside at this zone, then we are looking for, a huge move into the structure, and possibly it will cross this median, this midpoint, and it will probably go towards the 1910 level as well. So this is what we're looking at, but one step at a time. Okay, if you go for a long position from here, then you look for a profit target somewhere around here, because this used to be a previous supply zone, so the market can still fall from there because this will still be a W pattern. Okay, so once it has cleared that, then it will go to 1910. So this area right now where it is standing, that is very important. If it breaks to the bottom, then we are going back into the previous structure level here, around this level here. Let me show you what those levels are now. Okay, so if I bring in the analysis, okay, so this is the next level which I am expecting, which is 1850 to 84. Right now the market is standing on FCP zone, which is here. There was a lot of liquidity here. Okay, market tested like the three times, so it was supposed to go up, grab that liquidity and fall back down, and this was a very good area where it could actually, create a fake breakout, go back up and fall back down, which did not happen. It actually went up, fell down, but this FCP zone is turning into support now. If it is turning into support, which means that market is will start to go back up, it can go to 1950, which is another FCP zone, and there it can again start to fall back down. If that is also broken, then we are looking for next FCP zone, which is near about 1861. And at that point in time, it can fall back down again. And if that is broken, then we are looking for 1873, which has a previous gap open as well. So at that point in time, because this is previous structure level, it can start to fall back down. Once the market has crossed that as well, 1873, then we are looking for the round number of 1900, and then we have 1910 level here. Okay, so this is what the bullish scenario is. So but it all depends on how we get a confirmation on this area, on this support zone or this FCP zone. If we get a confirmation to the upside, then only we will look for 1850. Then we look for which is this level. Let me actually put a line there so that you know the level. So 1860, and then we will look for 1873, and then we'll look for 1900, and then we'll look for 1910. So that's the bullish scenario of gold. Okay, if I go for the bearish scenario, if the market actually breaks through this FCP zone, then what will happen? It will probably come back down into the previous level of 1812 and then 186. Now 1806, as you can see how it actually reacted to that, the entire thing actually started with this, and this is what we have been monitoring for a long period of time now. So if market starts to fall down, then 1812, 1806, then 1802, 1801, and then it will probably come back down to 1782, and then 1777. So all of these can act as support and targets as well. Remember what I mentioned in the previous analysis about this area needs to be cleaned up, and the market has reached that level here, right there. So but it has not cleaned up entirely, so it can still go back up. So that is also supporting the bullish movement. If the market starts to fall, this is also an area which needs to be cleaned up, which is 1777. So that is, at some point in time, gold is expected to reach that level as well. So overall, gold is looking bullish right now. All we need to do is just wait around this area. If we get a good confirmation to the upside, then we can look for a long position. Right now, this is looking like it is forming a support here, but this candle is not enough. So we should be seeing, something better here as a confirmation. If you're using some other tool, suppose VATA Envisage or something else, then you should look for a confirmation here, and then only you will look for a long position. If it breaks through this, then it will form an M pattern like this, and it will probably come back down into 1817 to 1812 area, near about that area here. So this is what we have on gold. If you enjoyed this analysis, found this useful, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and share it with other traders and trading communities, because they can also benefit from it. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a great trading week. Thank you for watching. Find and follow us on these social media channels.